Good morning, everyone. My name is Jose Sanchez from the UISD Department of Public Relations. Welcome to UISD. We want to thank everybody for taking the time to join us this morning to announce September as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month and our partnership with Smiles from Heaven, a local childhood cancer organization, to raise awareness for childhood cancer. At this time, I'd like to introduce our esteemed guests. We have board member Gilbert Aguilar is here with us today. Our administrators in charge, Ms. Laida Benavides, Mike Garza, and Rebecca Morales. Members of the district management team and administrators, please stand and be recognized. Childhood cancer is the leading cause of death from disease in children and adolescents. According to the American Association for Cancer Research, the cancer death rate has declined by 70% among children from birth to age 14, and 64% among adolescents aged 15 to 19 over the past 4 decades, thanks to advances propelled by cancer research. Despite these advances, however, thousands of children and adolescents will be diagnosed with some form of cancer, and many of them will die from these diseases. This is why it is important to raise awareness of childhood cancer and why UISD has partnered with Smiles from Heaven. Together, we can educate our community about childhood cancer and all the resources available to help families fight these diseases and inspire people to donate money to help fund research and help children and their families who need financial assistance for treatment. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our board member, Mr. Gilbert Aguilar, who is going to say a few words for us.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here today. It's my great pleasure to announce our collaboration with Smiles from Heaven. We encourage our faculty and staff to kindly support this wonderful organization. Not only will we raise awareness, but we will be helping a child in need. You know, I know Ray for a long time and Sanchez family, and since they started doing this, it's been just skyrocket. And I think we've been talking and something that it's going to grow more. I know they're working into bringing clinics with Congressman Henry Cuellar, something that's going to be here local, something that I think it's going to be very powerful for our community and for spreading the message around the whole United States, because this is something that it's in need, and I'm all and for helping the community, helping people in need. That's why I serve in this position also, because that's what I want to do. I have my passion to help the community and keep doing so. So I want to thank you. This is great, and we're going to keep supporting as long as we can. Thank you.
And now it is my pleasure to introduce one of our administrators in charge, Assistant Superintendent of Administration and Policies, Ms. Rebecca Morales, to say a few words. Ms. Morales.
Good morning, everyone. So it is our pleasure, Mr. and Mrs. Sanchez, to be able to partner with you all in this movement. Really is what it is. I know that many of us in this room have been impacted by cancer in one way or another. I myself lost my father to cancer. It's a horrible disease. It's very difficult to see someone you love going through it, but a child, I think it hits different. So when we talked about it, we started our conversations in the summer. For us, it was a no-brainer. I know that Mr. Aguilar from the very beginning was very supportive and wanted to make sure that we did make contact and that we did work together. There's power in numbers, right? So I know that as a school community of 40,000 students, over 6,000 employees, I know that we can make a difference. And I know that we will work together to help you all in your mission with your organization that, like Mr. Aguilar says, expands beyond our community. And I know that what you're trying to do is going to help so many families. We've seen it as educators, how it has impacted some of our students in our schools and our families. And so we're all in. We're all in. And so today is just, again, reinforcing that commitment that we have to your organization, to our families and our community, to do more, to do more. So we thank you for reaching out to us and for giving us this opportunity to help you in this fight. So thank you.
Smiles from Heaven is a local organization that is devoted to helping families affected by childhood cancer and spreading awareness. I believe you've given presentations at our schools in the past, so we've long had a relationship with this organization. We produced a video in conjunction with them that describes their organization and its mission, and we'll be playing that video right now here on the screen. Please enjoy the video.
Smiles from Heaven is a nonprofit organization dedicated to promoting childhood cancer awareness. In addition, the organization assists families financially and spiritually who are affected by pediatric cancer and blood disorders. The organization was founded in 2019 by Ray and Betsy Sanchez after their 7-month-old daughter Bella was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Bella was treated at Methodist Children's Hospital in San Antonio for much of her childhood. But despite Bella's brave battle against this insidious disease, she tragically did not survive. In a tribute to Bella's memory, her parents founded the Smiles from Heaven Cancer Organization to help other local families who are experiencing this same tragedy. September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and here are some very sobering facts. 1 in 285 children are diagnosed with cancer before their 20th birthday. Cancer is the #1 cause of death by disease for children in America. Every day, 42 families learn that their child has cancer. Laredo pediatric cancer families must often travel hundreds of miles for treatment. This year, as in years past, United ISD is partnering with Smiles from Heaven to help raise money for local families who have a child battling cancer. The money is used to help families with travel expenses, meals, and lodging, as families most often have to go out of town to get the necessary medical treatment for their child. In addition, Hope for Smiles provides grants and organizes local support groups for families needing comfort, hope, and spiritual support. The organization's long-term goal is to collaborate with the City of Laredo, Webb County, local and regional medical stakeholders, donors, and congressional support to someday bring a much-needed pediatric cancer center to Laredo. But in the short term, Smiles from Heaven is collaborating with various organizations such as United ISD to help raise funding. During the month of September, UISD schools will partake in a month-long pin-up campaign. Students and staff can purchase a card for as little as $1. The donor signs their card and it is proudly displayed in a very visible location. Our generosity can make a difference. Together, Smiles from Heaven and United Independent School District can make a difference in the lives of local children fighting cancer.
At this time, it is my privilege to introduce Ms. Betsy Sanchez. She's one of the co-founders and vice president, I believe, of the Smiles from Heaven organization. Ms. Sanchez.
Hello, good morning, everyone. First and foremost, I want to thank you all for joining us here, for allowing us to be here with you guys this morning, opening the doors and helping us spread awareness and funds for our local children. I'm just going to go ahead and share a little bit about our story and the reason why we started and what we have been doing over the past years. So as you heard in the video, we started this organization a little bit after our daughter Bella passed from childhood cancer. She was diagnosed at 7 months old. It was something that we never thought as parents we would go through. You get to see it in TV, the St. Jude's, right? And you would get to hear about it. But you never really sit down and think, you know, it's gonna happen to me, to my child. I'm pretty sure that everyone, or most of you here, have children. And you just never think that that's gonna happen to you. It's not until it hits home that you realize the much needed, you know, awareness and funds needed for this. When my daughter was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, we went to the hospital here, our local hospital, thinking it was, you know, just a minor common cold, dehydration. I had been in the medical field for quite some time, and honestly, I never thought it was gonna be that. I remember that morning I texted the doctor I was working with, and I was like, they're doing these labs and they're doing this, and my husband was like, what does that mean? And my mind was not going to cancer. As soon as the lab work came in, they just came in and told us, parents, you all have to travel, we have to fly Bella to Methodist Children's Hospital ASAP. And we asked, what's going on? And the doctor here in Laredo told us, you know, I've been working here for over 20 years, and I've been seeing so many cases. And what I'm seeing, his words were, what I'm seeing, bear with me, I'm sorry. It's hard to go back to those memories, but it's important to share. He told us, I've seen patients, and in these cases it's mostly, you know, a patient is dying. And we thought that was it, you know, our daughter is not gonna be here with us. They flew her over, we had to drive the 3-hour long drive, the longest drive ever, to Methodist Children. My daughter had to be received over there by people that she didn't know. You know, as parents, we're like, me, myself, and I can speak for my husband, as parents, we were like, why? Why do we have to travel so many miles? Why couldn't we stay home with our family, surrounded by our support, you know, our group? We had to travel, we got there. She was, minutes later, oncologist walked in and told us, it looks like your daughter has cancer. You know, that's when our journey started. We right there and then, we pleaded to God, you know, be here with us, be here with our daughter. And we held on to that faith for almost 2 years that she battled this horrible disease. We held on to that faith. Unfortunately, there were other plans, you know. She passed away, and it could have been easy for us to say, you know what, that's it. We don't have a daughter here. What else? You know, we have 2 boys at home, and we're like, let's go back home, focus on them, and that's it. We could have stayed in our grief. We still grieve. It still hurts very much. But we use that pain, we use that grief, and turn it into something positive. We get to meet a lot of families when we're in that hospital, a lot of children, and a lot of these families are from our town. We get close to these families, and we see the much needed assistance. And that's when we decided, you know, we don't have our daughter here, but we can still be a voice for these families, for these children. And that's when we decided, a couple months later after she passed, you know, we could have thrown in the towel and given up, but we said, you know, we held on to that faith, we held on to God's hand, and we continued fighting. Nothing that we do is going to bring our daughter back. Nothing. But if we can plant a seed in, here and there, and help other families, serve other children, other families, then we're continuing her purpose. I see it that way. She came to this world, she finished her mission, and she showed us so much, not only us to her parents, but so many people around the world. That we can continue being a voice for these children, for these families. And here we are. So thank you, UISD, for opening your doors. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My heart is full. I don't have the words to express my gratitude. We started in 2019. A few years, 3 years, 4 years going on. And it has taken a direction that we dreamed of, and we continue to pray for greatness, not for us, but to serve our children, to serve our community, and to glorify His name. Thank you all.
Thank you for those words. This concludes our press conference. I invite all of our administrators and our Smiles from Heaven representatives to please come up and take some pictures. We have refreshments in the back if anybody cares to partake. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank UISD for opening its doors, to Smiles from Heaven and spreading awareness within our community and helping us raise funds. We always, since we started, we thought, we want to bring this awareness to our community. There's children out there that are battling this, and you get to hear a lot about adult cancers and adults going through this, right? But when it's a child, it hits different. So what an amazing way to start our month, right? Spreading awareness and helping us with collecting funds. I always think kids helping kids. That's wonderful. And what we're hoping is to be able to serve more families. Every day, there's more children getting diagnosed, unfortunately. And if we could help in any way, that's what we're here for. We experienced it firsthand, and we know the need that there is. When I was in the hospital with my daughter, I saw their organizations. She was in San Antonio, so it wasn't local organizations, but it was organizations from San Antonio. And just by them visiting the hospital and giving us a $20 meal card, fuel card, it was a great help, a great help for us. And that's when we experience and what we have been through. We said, this is what our community needs, what our local children need. They have to travel hundreds of miles. So with these funds, it goes all back to them, all back to the families, to our programs that they're there to support these families.